middleweight crown. Lonnie Bradley carries himself like a champion. Undefeated in 23 fights, the 27-year-old New Yorker is a straight-A student of the game. He studies the great ones and tries to incorporate the best into his own makeup.
Ali had tremendous heart. And Whitaker had Whitaker has a third eye, where he has good mobility. And Hagler has great determination. And Leonard had speed, Hearns had power.
With the WBO crown, 2 title defenses, 19 knockouts, Bradley is a budding superstar, a distinction he understands and strives for.
Superstar does it where, I guess, where it's unforgettable. It's catching to the eye. You know, it's just not the everyday pounder and just take him out. You put him in a little bit of class. Take him out with a little bit of class.
As classy as he may be, Bradley will have a difficult assignment tonight, trying to take out the tricky 27-2-2 Lonnie Beasley. The Honeybee has made it sticky for many favorites. Then unranked, he stung the red-hot, 6th-rated middleweight in the world, Charles Brewer, shockingly in the first round. Underdog has struck on several occasions.
I love being an underdog because everyone's counting you out, and anything you do is a plus. So if you win, oh, he done it again.
Against Bradley, Beasley is again in his accustomed underdog role, but thinks his experience, his awkward style has Bradley in for a surprise.
He's a great fighter, everything, but he hasn't fought the competition that I have fought in the pros. He has a better amateur career, but I know how to win rounds. He has so many knockouts, he's really not used to going the distance. I'm used to winning rounds.
Plus, Beasley is a warrior against favorite Julio Cesar Green. Beasley, the wounded soldier, charging up the hill, totally exhausted. With a broken eardrum, he warred to the very end. He's on a crusade.
I've been training for like the last 6 years straight, you know, running 6 days a week, about 6 miles a day. And I'm willing to die for my dream. So no matter how bad you hurt me, if I'm got any consciousness about myself, I'm coming with some new trick, and I'll bounce back.
Anything is possible in boxing, number one, you know. It's just that I put it in my mind that, you know, I refuse to lose. I just have it in my mind I refuse to lose.
Both fighters refusing to lose. I think the only similar characteristic between the two is that strong will.
Yeah, that is where the similarity ends. Bradley is more posed, more composed in the ring, more skilled in the ring, more schooled, more groomed. Beasley is more confident, but he's an awkward kind of fighter. He's elusive in the ring, and he's very tricky. Lonnie Beasley has a rather unusual style because of that trickiness. He is difficult to catch with one shot.
Well, Bradley, watch out for that trickedation from Lonnie Beasley tonight. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for this WBO middleweight championship fight. Bradley at 160, he's generally around there. Beasley, who fights most of the time as a junior middleweight, but his last 4 fights are between 57, 58, so he just goes up a pound. He says no problem, he could handle it, but it's Bradley who has the longer reach. Beasley likes to take advantage of the reach, but won't have that tonight. WBO championship rules, standing 8 count, not in effect. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. You can be saved by the bell only in the final round, scoring on the 10-point must-scoring system. Now, sizing up both the strengths and the weaknesses of these two fighters. Here's the champ.
WBO middleweight champion Lonnie Bradley. Strengths, good boxing skills, including solid power. He's really done his homework. His weaknesses and excitement, he brawls too much. And Lonnie lacks experience with top foes. He still needs that defining fight. Will it be against Lonnie Beasley? His strengths, he loves being awkward, real hard to fight, and he has a great will to win. Beasley's weaknesses, little power, and in his last 4 fights, they've been 8-rounders. Many question his stamina, something that will be tested by Bradley tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arthur Palulo's Banner Promotions, matchmaker J. Russell Peltz, and Budweiser, the undisputed king of beers, presents main event, 12 rounds for the WBO Middleweight Championship of the World. Your ring officials assigned by the World Boxing Organization, President Francisco Valcercal, and the attending supervisor, Nick Karasiotis. Your judges at ringside are, from Chicago, Illinois, Michael Gliena. From Cleveland, Ohio, Gene Glenn. And from Youngstown, Ohio, Tom Miller. Your referee for this event, from New Haven, Connecticut, El Caballero, Michael Ortega. Introducing now, first in the red corner to my right, wearing the gold trunks with black trim, he weighs in at 159 pounds. His professional record, 27 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws, with 8 knockouts. He hails from Detroit, Michigan. He is the number 8 ranked middleweight of the world, and also the challenger, Lonnie Honeybee Beasley. And in the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with black and white trim, he weighs in at 160 pounds. He is undefeated in 23 professional fights with 19 knockouts. He hails from New York City, New York, the WBO middleweight champion of the world, Lonnie Bradley. Bradley, 12 rounds for the WBO middleweight championship of the world.
Okay, gentlemen, first thing I want to say right here, these are high right here. Okay, anything here and up is good. Right here's the line, anything here and up is good. Protect yourself at all times. Jake, good luck to both of you.
Lonnie Bradley figures that he is going across at Lonnie Beasley and get after him. Very upset at him because he feels that Lonnie Beasley spells Lonnie the wrong way. L-O-N-N-Y for Beasley, L-O-N-N-I-E for Bradley. Lonnie Bradley, 2 successful defenses of his WBO crown, and very quickly, a couple of knockouts, 1 in the first round, 1 in the second, but he understands that this could be a long night, because there's nothing in Beasley's record to indicate that this would be a short fight. Beasley with a good chin, a strong heart, and Lonnie Bradley certainly not taking Lonnie Beasley for granted, understanding the spoiler role that he has performed in the past to get to this point.
Oh yeah, not at all overlooking Lonnie Beasley. He says this will not be another Randy Smith because Randy came at me in my last fight. Tonight fight, I know I'm going to have to hunt down the Lonnie Beasley. He said, though, his grandfather, Roscoe Bradley, was a fighter. Lonnie's was back in the 40s. And he told him always to get that first solid punch in. So now trying to start a little bit quicker.
Well, he may have just gotten that in. And now it is Beasley with the left. Very awkward style for Beasley. As a matter of fact, Bradley said he had problems preparing for this fight because none of his sparring partners could really imitate the Beasley style. Very awkward, kind of an improvisational style for Beasley out of the Motor City.
These kind of opponents are so hard to fight because they fight awkward. Asking Lonnie Bradley about Beasley, he said he is extremely awkward in the ring. He fights scared, so I have to be prepared for everything. You can't go into a fight like this like you did for the Randy Smith when you know Randy's going to come right at you and he's going to make you fight. Tonight, Lonnie Bradley has to fight a different style.
Well, Bradley knows that Beasley will be tricky. Has also come up with some surprises, but on the other side of the ledger, Bradley is fighting a Beasley who is, for the most of his career, has been a junior middleweight and is not known for his punching power. Beasley with 27 victories, only 8 knockouts, and 4 of those were in his first 6 professional fights.
Even though it seems like he's knocked out Charles Brewer 4 times, I think we've seen that tonight. And poor Charles Brewer, he can't live that one down.
Well, he has. He's turned it around. I think we'll see him shortly in the Blue Horizon. And I think would love a rematch.
Yeah, a rematch with Lonnie. Oh, absolutely, with Lonnie Beasley.
Oh, there's a right by Bradley, in and out. Bradley, a real student of the game.
Yeah, he says in the ring, I'm a thinker. I pick others apart. He describes himself as a boxer puncher. Best punch with the left hook.